wonder what's happened to him. Roger Whittaker is his name. Jolly clever stuff. Well, that shows that I borrowed some blossom from a tree, which is early this year, because it's been a mild but extraordinarily wet winter here in Britain altogether. Actually, I'm in St Albans, Hertfordshire, Ingerland, for my sins. And the jolly old coronavirus. One little clip I heard this morning. I listen to the BBC Radio 4 news a lot, and it turns into the World Service at night, so that's more international. As many as 1 in 10 citoyens, people in Britain, may be infected with it, and with a death rate at whatever it is. That's what they're planning for. How many people is that? 66 million, isn't it, Britain? 1 in 10, so that's 6 or 7 million people might be infected with it, and I don't know what the death rate is. It'll prune the old population. Well, there are far too many of us on this planet anyway. I think God's giving us a little message. And I'm not entirely joking. I have been deeply blessed by life. God has given me, through my own personal tragedy of my son committing suicide at the age of 18, a broken marriage behind that, and all the stuff, a rock-solid faith, which is more than he gave Abraham. Rather, he didn't take Abraham's son, God, Isaac. He provided a sacrifice, a ram, whereas God has taken my son. So, in my little way, my personal tragedy is infinitely worse than Abraham. That is the reality of my personal life. So there we are. Now, faith is a wonderful thing. And especially in a troubled world. And then bringing, I am a Christian, this light of Christ to shine through me in this dark world, I happen to think is jolly important. It's what I love doing. It's what I try to do. I've made over 2,900 films on 4 channels on YouTube in the last 11 years, for heaven's sake. Yakety, yakety, yak, on and on. I think one of my shortest, although only 5, 10, 15 minutes sometimes, is about a minute long, I think. God is love. Well, there we are. I've said it. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself. There's light in my house. There we are. The light of Christ shining in this dark world. Amen. It's lovely, that music, isn't it? Cheerful.